Next Level Mindset bringing you another powerful and positive video. Let's talk about the dark side of inspiration, motivation, what they don't tell you about self-empowerment. And if you stay with me through to the end of the video, I've got an extra bonus PowerPoint affirmations changing your life. You do not want to miss this. So just a few that stood out for me. Let me know in the comment section which one stands out the most for you. And the first insight on the dark side of inspiration, one of the dark insights that they don't tell you is that it can be misleading. It can give you false impressions and you'll feel like you always have to be doing the right thing. I remember when I was going through this pandemic that we just came out of, family members, loss of family members in life. These things at those times just didn't feel very motivated. Just didn't really feel like I was inspirational and empowered. So there's going to be times when you have loss in your life. At those times, it's difficult to be inspired, but most people won't tell you that. They don't tell you that there's times when you just have to have a breakdown in order to have a breakthrough. And so I've learned to just be aware of the fact that it's not always going to be perfect. I'm not always going to have that dynamic feeling, but I can always tap into that higher self. And we're going to talk more about the false self and true self in a minute. But think about that. Keep that in mind. On the dark side of inspiration, motivation, they don't tell you that there's a time when you just have to realize that truth of the matter is there's going to be times when you just don't feel that empowered. And one of the things that has helped me to deal with that is just to keep moving on. I had to realize that it didn't have to be perfect inspiration and motivation. Trying to be perfect in motivation and inspiration is just not healthy. There's going to be times when there is a breakdown, but the other side of that breakdown is my breakthrough. And the second dark fact that they don't tell you about the dark side of inspiration, it has to be balanced with activation. It took me a while to realize that there is a balance between actually doing something about what I've been motivated to do, actually putting the action involved, balancing that out. Maybe you're watching this right now and all you need to do is take that next step, get that next inspiration, that next level, right? Going to the next level, inspiration, doing what you have to do, just taking those small steps. Activation. I like to say that inspiration's gotta be balanced with our motivation. Discipline and motivation equals results. And discipline simply means doing what I know I need to do, even when I don't feel like doing it. One of my affirmations says, I'm always ready for the unexpected, always prepared for the challenge. I always come through with an outstanding performance and an outstanding result. So keep that in mind when you think about inspiration, motivation. They don't tell you that it has to be put with actions, and the actions is what brings those results. And another thing that helps me when it comes to putting the actions involved is to remind myself of why I'm doing that. Remind yourself of what is your motive behind what you're doing. Some of you may be having a business right now. What is your motive behind doing that? Inspiration. Some of you are empowered to lead and shape other people. Maybe you're watching this right now and you're thinking about your inspiration. What is your motive? That's the one thing that has helped me is to remember why I'm doing what I'm doing, to remind myself that there's a higher purpose, that somebody is inspired by your life right now. Even in my YouTube channel, I had to decide, why am I doing this? What am I putting together this channel for? And it was to inspire you and encourage others that if I can do it, you can too. And in fact, if you do have a YouTube channel, check out TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy is one of the #1 tools that every YouTuber can benefit from. It has over 90 tools helping you with inspiration, titles, topic, description. So check out TubeBuddy with the link in the description, or just go to tubebuddy.com/StevonJBiz. What is your reason behind doing it? That inspiration balanced with activation is what equals next level revelation. If you're part of the family, you already know that's how we like to do it to get it done. We want to go to that next level in everything that we do. And by the way, if this is your first time here or you just haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. Stay inspired and motivated with us as a family. Love to have you here at Next Level. And the third dark fact they don't tell you about inspiration and motivation, self-empowerment, is that it truly has to come from within. So the next time you look at yourself in the mirror, think about that self-encouragement, self-promotion, self-acceptance. I had to go through a point in my life where I had to accept myself being who I am. Being true to who you are is your power. Self-motivation is truly becoming part of your true and divine self. And it took me a while to realize that there is a lower self and there is a higher self that we call God, that inner divine being within us, that great I am. Now, if you can use that, use that. If not, lose that. But that is what works for me when it comes to inspiration, motivation. What they don't tell you is that it's truly about having it for yourself. And I feel that I'm fulfilling my purpose by inspiring and motivating you. At the end of the day, it's really you that has to motivate and inspire yourself. And for me, what I had to do, one of the things that I had to do in my life is I had to get rid of reasons why things couldn't work out, right? I had to stop justifying the fact of not being able to pull through and get the things done that I needed. In fact, I talk about that in my book, Still Destined for Greatness. I talk about how I developed this philosophy of no excuses, just results, no problems, just solutions, and we don't complain, we just rearrange. It's never too late to make a change. And I go deeper into that with my book, Still Destined for Greatness. I would love for you to grab a copy of that, take it home with you with the link in the description. Truly self-empowerment. So most people won't tell you when it comes to inspiration, motivation, and next level empowerment. They won't tell you that it's truly from within. We have to make that connection to our spiritual and divine self, that higher self. That's the self-empowerment. That's the self-inspiration that I found that I needed in my life. Next level mindset. That's where it's at. Now, before I get to these bonus points and this extra power tip I was sharing with you, just want to take some time and encourage you. Gotta surprise you. Nobody knows about this without you. This is my new song. It's gonna be on my album. I'm not supposed to be talking about it, but I just had to share it with you. And you already know about my single Nobody. It's streaming everywhere. Right now, your music is streamed. Go to Spotify, put that on your favorite playlist, grab a copy with the Amazon link. Do that with the links in the description. If you've enjoyed this so far and it's giving you value, do me a favor and hit that like button. That will get the algorithm, get this video out there to as many people as possible. Thank you. Appreciate that. So as a bonus PowerPoint, let me just encourage you when it comes to inspiration and motivation, just by the fact that you're watching this video, you're someone who is on that level. You're someone who's interested in maybe affirmations, transforming your life. I want to encourage you just to let you know you make a difference. Everything that you're doing right now is making a difference in somebody's life. And it took me a while in my life to realize that my purpose, everything that I do, even the small things, is making a difference in somebody's life. And another thing, that very thing that other people said was impossible, what they said was impossible, you're bringing it to pass and making it possible. You're finding out that there's nothing that you cannot achieve. One of my things, I say there's nothing impossible for me. Stepping out on faith, I can do all things through the power of God within me that strengthens me. It's one of the affirmations that's also in my book. So remember that. Maybe you're watching this right now. Your inspiration and motivation is on a level of entrepreneurship. Starting a business, maybe working for yourself or something like that. I want you to just check out this video right here coming up on the screen. 3 powerful affirmations for business success. I think that would be a great video for you to watch next. So check that video out and enjoy it. Gotta show some love for my subscribers and return viewers. You are the life of the channel. I really appreciate you. Thanks again for watching. Stay blessed, stay positive, never give up whatever you do. Until next time, I'll see you on the next level. Peace.